What's going on, you guys? Today we are going to be diving into the headlights, which is something I've been putting off, but I have my buddy Oscar here, which you guys know. He has the GT500, got the car already in the shop. The shop is the house. I haven't actually played around in the garage for a long time, so it's gonna be fun to get back and get my hands dirty and work on this project, because this is something I've been wanting to do for so long. Oscar, don't even be looking at my rock chip.
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, dude, the rock chip's pretty bad. I know. We should probably like just touch up paint that whenever we have it off. These babies are going bye-bye. All that chrome's going away and we're gonna have it all blacked out. One of the things is I did not want to do tint because tint will make it like brown whenever the headlight shines through. It also ruins your light output, and I've already got tinted windshields, so I don't want to do that and make it even worse. So we're just gonna black out the internals, which is probably the proper way to do this. Oscar's going just absolutely ham, full freaking throttle in here.
Yeah, here we go. This is not my car.
No, I think that's 3 of them. You did 3 of them?
Yeah, it's 3. There's one over here.
And then we just have this tab. Yep. Yeah. So that tab's what's holding on my super expensive headlight right now.
Wait. Maybe because it's inside. There you go.
Yeah, maybe it does need to pull out. Oh, there it goes.
There you go. Perfect.
Might have broken that though. All right, so we got these units on out. We're gonna have to bake them, which I'm gonna follow Omar Roseman. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't even know if that's his full name or whatever, but I'm gonna follow his video. He just recently did this and beat me to it. So I'm gonna learn from him, put these babies in the oven, and hopefully we could pry these things apart and take our time, so that way there's no issues.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
So we're just trying to work through here. We already unscrewed everything. We're just trying to use this little hook tool, like a hook knife, and we're just gonna cut that seal, because you can see how it has the black right there. So you're just gonna slide it in there, try to pull it and cut through it. If Oscar goes to the gym.
You can see it's cutting.
Yeah, it's cutting right through it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh, that was hot.
No, dude, my finger got caught.
Dude, that's hot, I'm telling you.
It's coming off on this side.
There it goes.
There you go.
Oh.
Thank God, dude.
Jeez, I'm trying to go eat.
Now we can go to Wendy's.
4 for 4, that's all I got for you. We're gonna have to paint all this, take it all apart. Yeah, we'll let that cool off a little, I think.
Is it hot?
I'm sure. So we have the headlight in a bunch of pieces. We made sure to keep all the screws separate. We have all the pieces together, and we're gonna paint this ring, because you can actually see this, as you can see right there, that metal ring. We're gonna paint this black so that way it matches, and you just have to bend down the tabs, which we were very careful of, and not to scratch that orb. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the other one. Probably keep all the screws separate. I got baggies, I got everything here. We're gonna have to separate this and get that new chip on there, which is the switchbacks, paint the reflector bowl, everything. So there's a lot of pieces. Just make sure, if you have to, take pictures, keep all the screws nice and clean, and it'll make it a lot better. And yeah, so we're just trying to get ready for paint, and then we'll worry about the wiring right after that. So we got back from eating some food, and I haven't shown you guys, but we have the second one already in the oven. What we're doing is 250 for 20 minutes. That's something we found that works a little bit better for my headlights. Each one, I guess, is a little bit different, so you guys have to kind of play with that. But I've also been painting some of the internals while we're waiting for that one to bake. And so I've been painting. So this is 3 layers of satin black Krylon that I showed you guys in the last video. And it's a little wet. I just got done with this coat. So it's actually coming along really, really well. It's laying down pretty flat. All I did, there you go. The camera kind of caught up to that because it's so dark. It's laying down really flat, and we're just gonna let it dry. The satin is definitely the way to go. I think it's like one of the best finishes, so that way it lays flat, it's easy to do. And honestly, this Krylon Color Max, the paint and primer, all I did was degrease it and spray it down. So I think we might be pretty good here. I was kind of nervous about the paint, like I said in the last video. I'm not a good painter at all. These 2 things kicked my butt whenever I tried to paint, so this is actually pretty promising that the Krylon's working out pretty well. So right now in this step, it seems very daunting. There's a lot of wiring, there's a lot of pieces, a lot of steps, and you're also dealing with something that I don't really want to pay another $1,000 or so for a new set of headlights. So for that reason, it's a little nerve-wracking. But I know at the end of the day, I could always buy another set of headlights if things just go completely south. But you know, I want to avoid that as much as possible and do a really clean job. While that one is drying that we just painted, and I was showing you guys, we're peeling it away here. 250, this is the second round, and you can see that black right there that we're trying to peel off. And we just got it started with these. I'd highly recommend these plastic pry tools.
Watch the tab.
Okay, tab out. And so now we're trying to pull this out. We're using these little gloves from Harbor Freight for $8. That way you can touch it while it's hot. She's right there, dude.
This one right here, this is the part right here that always...
This is pretty tight. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, this time.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. You're not gonna have to do chest day anymore.
Perfect.
She's apart. We got the second one done. And hell yeah, dude.
We didn't even have to pry it.
We didn't have to pry it. We kind of got it started with this, kind of stuck it in there, wiggled it back and forth, and then just peeled apart with our fingers in these gloves. So highly suggest that. Can turn that off. And this one turned out super clean, no Mars all around. Yeah, so we're gonna start disassembling. I'm gonna get a baggie for all this stuff, separate it, and then we can start to paint these internals as well. And honestly, right there, that's a huge difference. Turned out really well. The finish on the satin black actually came out super solid. I'm obviously just being very careful. It says good to touch within like 10 minutes or something, but we're gonna let it dry for an hour, as long as we can, and then we can go ahead and start to put all these things back together, because I do not like having it in a million freaking pieces. So huge update. I've been tinkering on this, and man, my brain has been fried. I'm getting tired. It's 5 o'clock right now. But this is obviously not my forte. I was really worried about the painting, which the painting turned out really good. That one was actually not that big of a deal. Now the scary thing is the reassembly / putting on all the electronics. And I ran into an issue with the demon eye not fitting. However, if I flip the bracket and I just get that one screw in there, and then I just tuck the wires around and put it through the hole in the back, that actually worked. So shout out to my buddy Just50. I hit him up on Instagram. I even emailed Diode Dynamics, and he said, yeah, just flip the bracket, maybe bend it a little, and you only need one screw on that because it's just a demon eye. So huge shout out to you. Now we're gonna keep pushing through. I don't know if we're gonna get all this done in one night, but I want to at least assemble one. That'd be cool. And then plug it in to at least test, maybe not tuck all the wires and make it clean, but I just would like to see one freaking work tonight. That would be, whew, goals. So what I'm gonna do is just continue to put all these things together. Here's what the DRLs are looking like with the black reflector thing there. I also got to figure out what to do with this turn signal bulb and what to do with the hole behind it, because I won't need that, but also I don't want to get rid of that, or else it would cause a hyper flash. These are the lenses that are all blacked out. So as you can see, the black all in there instead of all the chrome, especially that ring looks chrome because it's shining, but it's actually all satin black. Looks really good. So we have a lot of pieces just all over the freaking house. And I need to get on this because I don't want to leave a mess in here. And also I want to get my car back to where I can drive it if I want to. Alrighty, so this goes to that. These go to whatever these say. Now keep in mind, this is not sealed at all, but I just want to test it. Hopefully give me some kind of confidence here. She's hanging on there. This is a big moment. They look a whole lot better. Let me get rid of that red glare there. They look a whole lot better. This is the look I was going for. So let's see. I hope this freaking works, dude. So we'll turn this on, turn that on. Let's go just make sure that the DRL is working and the headlight. Okay, so DRL's on, headlight's on. Turn on the blinker to the right. No hyper flash. Oh, yup. Now we're talking. Oh, okay. So it does have the bulb still back there, as well as the switchback. So now we'll turn that off. Oh, dang it. Didn't mean to do that. So now what we do is just have the bulb out, turn on the blinker, and we'll see if it's hyper flashing. Yes, dude, it's just the bars. That's what I wanted. And I don't have the bulb. The bulb is right there. I thought it was gonna hyper flash with that, but I guess these make enough resistance. So I just have the socket connector like in there, but empty. So it'll be kind of hidden like that, but I love this. Let me set you guys up right here so that way when I turn it off, or you can see the switchback happen. So I should have just swapped back. Yep. So right now where we're at least we have that switchback all wired. I have the demon eye actually in the projector. I have not wired that as well because that will require more wires and more harnesses that I'll have to tap into my fuse box and run underneath here and hide and tuck and all that. This one's pretty simple for the switchbacks. It's just switchbacks into that box and then you tap them into all of these, which the instructions tell you what you need to do. I just made the mistake of going yellow on the headlight harness instead of the turn signal harness. So make sure you pay attention to that. But they work, they look beautiful. The only thing now, like I said, is going to be this, which is the demon eye. So we're gonna have to play with that. It's getting pretty late. I'm hungry again and Oscar's not here. I can hold in the garage at least for one night. So I'm gonna probably revisit this tomorrow after I get some more work done. I'll try to get this all done in one day like I thought I could. I was feeling pressured and rushed, and it honestly added a lot of extra stress. Like if I knew I could have this done over the course of a weekend or 3 or 4 days, I'd feel a whole lot better. So just know that you can take your time. I think created a bigger thing in my mind because I don't want to take up the garage, especially because other people have to move their cars in and out and everything. And at the house, I don't want to just be the only person taking up the garage. I'm trying to be considerate of other people. But honestly, that switchback was a huge win for me. That was one of the biggest things I wanted on this car, was to have that OEM plus feel, and that totally accomplished that. Another huge win was that the socket, I just pulled out the bulb and that worked without hyper flashing because it fills in that socket hole. So I don't have to get like a grommet or anything like that. It'll just kind of hide in there because it's a black housing or a black socket anyways. But the black is looking a lot more steps than I anticipated. It's a lot more wiring. Now I wired my bags. I've helped wire subwoofers and speakers, but this one is just a multiple day event, just like bags. I would honestly say this is as hard as installing airlift suspension on your car. This is very tedious. There's people out there like Papa Smurf that does this, and I can see why he charges what he charges, because it is a lot of time and thinking and preparation and just knowing what the next step is. So I'm kind of learning as I go. Learning how this all works. This is my first time, so you guys are watching it live. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update. I'm going to split this one up, so probably the next video you guys will see, you will see the headlights fully working. I'll do a walkthrough of how I've wired it once I've got it like cleaned up, and kind of go through and simplify, hopefully in a way that you guys can understand, because honestly all these boxes, controllers, and wiring have been very overwhelming. So I want to try to make it easier on you guys if you want to try to accomplish this. And if you don't want to and you have the money, just go ahead and send him out to Papa Smurf, because he does quality work. He'll get it done right. And I trust him. I really do. And I'm not trying to message him and bother him. So I've had other friends that have done this actually help me out. And I just am very thankful for them, because without them, this would be very tough. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, then please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.